Chapter 18. We navigated our way through the hospital corridors until we reached a locked door that led to the emergency department. I grabbed Cam's arm as he reached to swipe his access card. "Are you sure you want to go back there so soon? It's not been that long since the assault. It may be hard to be there again so soon." He turned to face me. "I appreciate your concern, but I need to do this. The ER is my home. If I can't get through there now, when I don't have clinical responsibilities, how will I be able to come back to work and care for patients? I need to know that I can function in the department again." He swiped his badge, and the automatic door opened with a loud click, then slowly swung inward. Once the doors were halfway open, a loud cheer rose from the other side. We looked through at a hallway lined with nurses, techs, scribes, doctors, and even a curious patient or two. Every face wore a broad smile, and several were wiping away tears as our family entered the department. "Welcome back. I'm so glad you're okay." "You look great, Doc." The greetings came from all directions, and Cam did his best to make eye contact with each speaker and acknowledge them. His partner, Dr. Potter, came up and embraced him. "Your nurse upstairs called to let us know you were on the way. We had planned for a big party, but didn't expect you to be back for at least a week or more, yet here you are. It's incredible. Mike, I heard you helped resuscitate me. I could not have asked for a better person to lead my care. Thank you, friend." "Don't mention it. And don't get mad at me when you see my bill. I documented 90 minutes of critical care time on you." Cam laughed and slapped his partner on the arm. "Good. I could use a bonus at the end of the year." Cameron led us through the ER and waved to everyone he saw. The energy of the department seemed to pour into him, and he became more lively the farther we walked. "See you all in 5 days. Try to have the waiting room empty for me," he said with a smile. Cameron. I let Addison drive us home. Normally I drive, but I didn't feel up to it. That walk through the ER took almost all the energy I had. I hid it from everyone so my wife didn't worry. She had enough to worry about as it was. My parents followed behind, but we lost them at the second stoplight. My dad liked to make the bicyclists seem fast when he drove. Aaron used the time to pepper me with questions. "Dad, what did it feel like to get stabbed in the neck?" Addison tried to shield me from the questions, or shield herself, I wasn't sure. "Aaron, don't ask your dad questions like that. I'm sure he doesn't want to relive the event right now. Give him time to heal and process what happened." "It's fine. I don't mind answering. Honestly, I don't remember anything of the assault. I don't know if it was the medicine they gave me or losing so much blood, but I have no memory of that. The last thing I remember was treating a guy with a heart attack," I said. "I thought people who got stabbed were in bad shape for a while. You must be really lucky." I looked at Addison and whispered, "Should I tell him?" We hadn't talked about whether to share my near-death experience with him. He was nearly a teenager and had begun to ask deep questions about life and religion. I didn't want to overwhelm him, but I didn't want to insult him by not acknowledging his developing maturity. "Tell me what?" asked Aaron from the back seat. I turned around in my seat. "When did your hearing get so good? Oh, you don't have earbuds in for once." Addison checked our son in the rearview mirror. "I think he should know. It's an amazing story, Cam. But maybe you should wait until your parents are there too." This gave me another 10 minutes to think about what I was going to say. I didn't mind sharing the near-death experience. It was the gift that I struggled with. It's one thing to be shown the afterlife. It's another thing entirely to claim to be included in God's plan and entrusted with miraculous powers. What if my wife thinks I'd gone crazy? We arrived home and were still unpacking the car when my parents showed up. Aaron went over to help his grandmother out of the car. He walked alongside both her and his grandfather until they were inside. "Thank you both for that," she said after sitting down at the kitchen table. "I never knew 60 would feel so old." "Mom, it's not 60. It's the rheumatoid arthritis. I wish the medications were working better for you." "Oh, I think they are, son. It seems like I'm getting worse, slower than I was before. I guess I can be happy with that." We're getting by a lot better now that I'm retired. I've had time to build a wheelchair ramp into the house, and we're trying to find an accessible van to purchase. She's not in a wheelchair full-time yet, but we know it's coming. Dear, I still wish you didn't have to do that. You loved your job, and the kids loved you. You were born to be a teacher, not a caretaker of a sick old lady. My father sat next to her and rubbed her knee. It's okay. I still see them around town and at Aaron's baseball games. But enough about us. Cameron, how do you feel? I feel great, Dad. This experience has been an eye-opener for me in more ways than one. I have been around death a lot in the hospital, but it's different when you're faced with your own. It makes you think about your priorities. I leaned back in my chair and scanned the room, making eye contact with each person in turn. Here went nothing. What would you think if I told you I had a near-death experience and actually met God? My question was answered with silence. Aaron's face displayed a bemused look. My mother pursed her lips and her eyes narrowed a bit. My father simply nodded slowly. Yeah, right, said Aaron dismissively. Why would you get a chance to meet God? My dad jumped right in to save me. Aaron, why don't you let your dad explain? I'd love to hear more. Okay, here goes, I said, standing up and leaning against the kitchen counter. As I said, I don't remember anything about the assault, but I remember being in a place that was completely empty. No light, no sound. All I had were my thoughts. Then someone started talking and said he was God. I was confused and didn't know what was going on, so he made a world appear, and suddenly I was on a catamaran sailing through a beautiful tropical area. That sounds like your version of heaven, said my mom. Right? God mentioned that. We talked for a bit, and he offered me the chance to come back to life, if I wanted. He made it sound like he was preparing for the end of days. He told me that if I go back, I was going to be part of his plan to come back soon, like some sort of messenger. I scanned the room again. Everyone was following my story with interest. It was time to drop the final bomb on them. He also said he would give me the gift of healing, that I could heal anyone of anything. That was enough of the story for now. They didn't need to know of the catch. Aaron laughed and began mocking me again. Oh, come on, you expect us to believe that? After all the fake things you have told me over the years? I looked at my son with a serious face. Those were just stories meant to entertain you and have fun. I am absolutely serious about this. I believe I am at the first stage of whatever he has planned. There's no other explanation for it. I had a knife in my neck that severed my carotid artery and jugular vein. The nerve that controls my voice was destroyed. Yet here I am a few days later at home, speaking normally. I am not joking. All of that actually happened, is fully documented in my medical record. My surgeon can't even believe it. Aaron surveyed the other family members with his eyes, and his smile faded. Sorry, Dad. It's just hard to believe something like this can happen. How are you able to heal people? What do you have to do? He said I have to put my hands on the person and say, I will restore you to health and heal your wounds, for the old order of things is passing away. And that's it? Then the person is healthy? Asked my mom. That's what I assume, but I haven't tried it yet. I'm still trying to take it all in. I could see my dad glance at my mom. He started with her face, but then his eyes moved down to her hands. They looked as if she were pinching something between her thumb and index finger while making a fist. His eyes moved back to me, and his mouth opened, but he didn't speak. He rubbed his hand across her back and gave her a gentle shoulder massage instead. How do you think this will be received? If you can perform miracles, you're going to become a very popular person, said Addison. I know. I think our lives are about to change in a big way. I don't know what this is going to mean. but I think we can kiss our old quiet life goodbye.
Well, I'm glad you're okay now. This gift sounds like a blessing to those you'll be able to help. And I'm thrilled to learn that heaven is real. Makes me glad I didn't waste all those Sundays sitting in a pew, but we should probably get going. Your mother's physical therapist will be at our place soon.
Wait, Dad, there's one more thing. I got to see Sarah. She was on the flybridge of the boat. I got to talk to her, to hold her. She told me heaven is amazing, and that God tells her when we pray for her. I walked over behind Aaron and put my hands on his shoulders. Son, she told me you're still pretty upset about losing her and that we need to talk about some things. Aaron fought back tears while he grabbed my hands in his. He closed his eyes and nodded. I embraced him tightly. Addison leaned over and put her hand on his chest. My mom filled the silence with her thoughts.
It's wonderful to know our prayers were answered. I still pray for her every day, she said. I can't wait to tell the ladies in my Bible study about this. It's time we leave you three alone. My mom addressed me with a smile on her face. Cameron, I'm very happy you've recovered so quickly. You have always been my miracle boy. She slowly stood, and we escorted her back to the car. Per our family tradition, we all stayed outside and waved until the car turned the corner and was out of sight. I had a few days until my next shift in the ER. Would that be the first time I used the gift? I didn't know, but I was eager to find out.